So while discussing this, now he says beautifully, in the verse number 34, that the Karya, the product, cannot exist without Karana. So if we say that this universe is being created by the God, so God is the creator, and God stays up ever. How is it possible? If God is the creator, so how can the creator, the Karanam, we say Karanam, is away from creation? So this is not going to work. In fact, all religion based on this concept, that God created the world, and that too, God to create world took 7 days. So after 7 days he took a holiday. That's why everybody wants a break holiday. You understand? So don't worry, tomorrow, day after tomorrow also we'll take a break holiday, okay? So this holiday concept, because God got tired, exhausted, so God also wanted to take some holiday. So that's not going to work. That's not right either. So here it's being highlighted that Karyam cannot be different from Karanam. In fact, wherever there is a Karya, wherever there is a product, wherever there is effect, there has to be Karanam. There is no choice. If you look at, including coronavirus as product, as effect, so if there is corona, there has to be the cause called the virus in your body. Can you say, no, I have corona but no virus? It is not possible, it's simple logic. So any product, any effect must not be separated from the Karanam, from the effect. So with this, let us look at very nicely this verse. Sarvatmana sthitam brahma, sarvam brahmatmana sthitam, na karyam karanad bhinnam, iti Vedanta Dindima. He says, look, Brahma sarvatmana sthitam iti. So the Brahman that exists in the form of everything. So that means why? And he says not only that, other way around also. Sarvam Brahmatmana sthitam iti. So everything as Brahman also exists. So that means Karya, Karana are not separated. That's why next line he says, Karyam Karanat na bhinnam iti. So the product, the effect, na bhinnam, not different. From what? From Karanam, from the cause. That's why the concept of God that is being highlighted by religious people is not accepted. There is a fallacy. Why there is fallacy? All of you know this point. Not that they are wrong completely, we cannot say that. So, because they look at God only as Nimitta Karanam, So, nimitta karana means efficient cause. Like a product can be different from the cause. The cloth that we are using. So now this cloth is being made by the weaver. So weaver, the efficient cause of this cloth. Thank God, when we buy the cloth, weaver does not come. Imagine what would happen. In your cupboard, you open for your cloth. Suddenly you discover, do you know, the weaver, not only weaver, his family. What a disaster. So you cannot handle. So thank God. So there what happens is, this is the fallacy in thinking these religious people. So how this weaver is different from the cloth? Because weaver is only efficient cause. So the brain behind the cloth. That's all. But the cloth, remember, cannot be made only by the weaver. Where from the weaver gets the material? So without material, without cotton, remember, is there any cloth? Let weaver do weaving. How is it will be possible? In fact, the cloth is nothing but the extension of the cotton, what we call as cottonness or threadness. So if this cloth is called cotton cloth because the thread happens to be cotton, can you see this point? If this cloth is called silk because the thread must be silk. Can you say, no, my thread is silk, but this cloth is cotton? Will it be possible? Because whatever is the nature of the cause, that has to be the nature of the product. This is very clear. It has to be very clear. Because these two horses are going to hit very badly. Because if we do not look at this aspect very carefully, we will think, okay, everything is good, but after all, God. So let me, you understand? And interestingly, as I gave you the example of this cupboard, when you enter into the cupboard, not only you see the weaver, his family also, because there is nothing to do, so they only, their family also starts increasing. Same thing also in the God place. In every house, you go all over the world. What happens? You start with one idol. Just one. Or one photo. Next day, another photo. Third day, another photo. God knows. Like somebody yesterday sent me his photo. Very proudly. Of course, I didn't tell so far. Swamiji, I am doing puja. I am inspired. I want to do this Lalita puja and all these things. I have brought the idol. And a very nice idol with brass. Already there is one mother. In fact, I saw some two mothers' photos and some idol is there. Again, why to add one more? Don't you think that they themselves will start getting suffocated? They themselves will not start fighting with each other? I'm not telling you jokes, it will happen. Energically, it will happen. It has to happen. There is no choice. Look at your home itself. When you arrange, ladies, especially when you arrange, when any objects are not arranged properly, it has its own energy. That's why I notice, especially in West, with all of you, whether you arrange any other thing or not, but you arrange your shoes in order, okay? In a cupboard, in a nice way. That I have noticed every house, okay? Whether other things are order or in order or not, but definitely shoes will be in order. Anyway, that's you people problem. Imagine if the shoes are not in order. Will it create No, Swamiji, you do not know. If we do not put in the proper place, it will start stinking. That's why we keep in order. Somebody told me this word. Swamiji, you do not know. Because we keep it in a proper place, and in fact we spend a lot of time, and because to make sure that it should not smell. Thank you. At least you understand this much. Coming back here. So how this God starts, let us say, create their own population, they increase their population. Because of this lack of understanding. That karyam cannot be separated from karanam. And when religious people highlight that Bhagavan, the Ishwaraha, the God, is in heaven, that means they do talk that Bhagavan or the Ishwaraha only efficient cause, nimitta karanam, like the weaver. But remember, can Bhagavan create this universe? If they imagine that God is in heaven, that God can create this universe by himself or herself. Where from he gets the material? And what is the material? If you ask this question, definitely no religious people will be able to answer you. Shut your mouth. You are against religion. You are an atheist. Blah, blah, blah. So that's why here we need to look at. The God has to be both abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. Inseparable. Both efficient and material cause. So the God has to be material cause. If you say no, God only is a creator, where from he creates this universe? Where from he gets the material? We have discussed in details in different occasions. Just recollect those stories. Especially the child story. You remember the child story? I don't mind to tell once more, okay? So one day the child asked his mother, because this is a very good thing to do, okay? Because child generally doesn't ask to father, Mama, so who has created this world? So Mama felt very proud. Do you know why? My son is now becoming religious. Then Mama comes and sits next to. God created this universe. Okay? Thank God he did not ask, why did he create? If such child asks, why did he create? Definitely mother will say, because he was bored. Nothing to do, that's why he started creating. Okay? Thank God. Child didn't ask. Okay, if God created this universe, so how did he create? Because of his power. Oh. So where is God now? God is in heaven. Who created heaven? Of course, God. Oh, that means God created heaven and God is staying in heaven. Yes. Now tell me, long before he could create heaven, where was he? Now, mother thinking doesn't work. So mother, what does he say? Hey, study. Don't waste your time. And quietly goes to husband, okay? Hey, your son is your son. This time becomes your son, okay? This is a very good fight I watch with, this wife and husband when they fight. When credit comes, my son. When discredit comes, your son. Both wife and husband, they do. Sometimes our son. Anyway, this is a continuous process. Look, your son, okay? He's becoming very funny, very smart, intelligent. Now, what is that? He's asking this sort of question that this God and heaven, and long before he created good heaven, where was he? Then father comes. Why are you asking this question? No, Papa, will you please tell me? Because father wants to know whether the child is serious or just simply he's asking. When he understood the seriousness of the child, Now this fellow also started scratching his head. How to get this answer? He himself does not know. Okay, he was in some other heaven. Oh, so what that some other heaven who created? God. Now, long before creating that some other heaven, where was he? Now father doesn't know what to answer, okay? Now what he says, hey, study you. This is not time to ask all these questions, okay? Now what the child do? So child starts not studying, pretending to study, but thinking, where was God? Where was God? And every time he always gets scolding, okay? So what is the scolding? The scolding is, you will go to hell. You will go to hell. You understand? If you don't study, your life will be in hell. So he was fed up with the word hell. So he calls, Mama, Mama. Now I know the answer. Not only Mama comes, Papa also follows. You understand? Because what is this answer? Because both of them are also breaking the head. What is the answer? Long before God created the heaven, that superior heaven too, he was staying in the hell. They got shocked. What is this? Yes. And do you know what he did? So he was fed up of the hell, like, this house. Long before we came to this house, we stayed in some other house. Because we did not like that house, that's why we got this new house. So also, God did not like the hell, left for all of us and traveled to the heaven. Now he's staying in heaven. This is the truth. If you ask me, this is what the religious jargon. Because they do not look at that God, the Ishvara, as avinna nimitta upadana karanam. They look at only nimitta karanamiti. So that is what is being highlighted. No karyam karanat bhinnam iti. May you know the product, the effect is not different from the cause. Wherever there is a cause, there is effect. In fact, in effect, cause did not exist. But wherever there is effect, there has to be the cause. Wherever there is a cloth, there has to be thread. Without thread, cloth cannot exist. And the nature of the cloth has to be the nature of the thread. The nature of the thread has to be the nature of cotton. Because this is called Karya Karana Sambandha iti. Iti Vedanta Dindima. Let us read the next verse, which is very good. Satta spurana saukhyani bhasante sarva vastushu tasmat brahmamaya sarvam iti Vedanta Dindimaha. He said, look, it's a very nice way of looking at it. We say, every object has got three aspects. Asti, bhati, priyam. So which is being explained through this word, satta, spurana, saukhyam. Asti means that which exists. Sat rupena. Bhati means shines, appears, illumines. Chit rupena. Asti, bhati, priyam. It has to be dearer. Ananda. So every object, every product has this three intrinsic nature which cannot be separated. It exists, it shines. Okay, science after that is another thing altogether. And also, it is a dearer, priyam. And this is nothing but Sat Chit Ananda. So when you look at the God, the Brahman, we understand Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa. Whereas when it comes to the object, we don't appreciate. This is to be seen here. So he puts it very nicely. Satta spurana saukhyani bhasante sarva vastushu. So if you look at any vastu, any object that you see in front of your eyes or image, so bhasante, it appears, it exists. What do exist? Satta spurana saukhyam. Satta spurana and saukhyam, or saukhyani, plural, put together. Satta means the existence. So in Hindi we have say satta. All the politicians only crazy for their satta, for their existence. So this word satta is very powerful in political field. Where there is nothing they do, only they work only for their satta, nothing else. How to exist? So because their existence is very crucial, okay? Only if they exist, only they will create the nuisance. Nah? If they don't exist, where is nuisance? However, so satta is the existence. Any object you look at, it exists some form or other. And interestingly, spurana, shining. So there is shining aspect. If you look at physics, also every object, every matter is nothing but energy. So basically, matter is nothing but energy. So that energy aspect that shines is a chit. And saukhyam, saukhyani, saukhyam. Saukhyam means that which gives comfort. So that means that priyam. That's why remember, no object gives us discomfort. No people also gives us discomfort. Because by nature, every object gives comfort. Being the extension of, being the part of, being the product of the cause. And what is the cause? It is like the cotton. You see, look. This is cloth made up of thread. The thread is a cotton. Now you say, no, this cloth is not actually cotton cloth. It is silk mixed cloth. How is it possible? If the thread is not silk, if there is no silk at all in the thread, how come this cloth will be called silk mixed cotton cloth? Because the nature of thread is the base, the foundation, and that is what the cloth is. Now, if this product world is not different from the karyam, and karyam is what? Brahma. And what is that? Sachidananda Swarupa, Satchit Ananda Swarupa. Now every object, every product of this universe has to have the glimpse of this Sat, Chit and Ananda or not. It has to be. So that means every object that we come across, forget this existence part. That's why we want to destroy the existence of something. Have you not observed? Especially when you get angry with someone. So you want to destroy the existence. Hey, you can destroy the existence of the object that is given in that form. But can you really destroy the object itself? That form may get destroyed. It is like this one I can throw and break it, destroy it. But what will happen? The e-waste will be there. Even if that is being destroyed, again it will go to another form. So that means the existence itself cannot be destroyed of anything that you do in life. That's why I don't have to fight neither for my existence nor I should work on to destroy somebody's existence. Because generally you end up in two things. Like politicians, always they fight for their existence and destroying others' existence. Because this is, unless they destroy others' existence, they cannot exist. It's a very nice example of politicians, okay? However, so if you look at yourself also, in some form or other, you do that. Somebody said, life is all about a game. And in game, one has to lose, one has to win. As though it is a very weak statement, okay? So that's why I have to fight for my existence. And how can I fight for existence? Unless and until I destroy somebody's existence. Because after all, life is a game. Somebody has to win. And in order to win, somebody has to get defeated. So in order to me exist, I have to destroy others' existence. It's a beautiful thing to listen to. This is a corporate talks, you understand? It has no value, I am sorry to say. So here the existence cannot be challenged. So when your existence cannot be challenged, you don't have to waste your time for your existence. Can you see this point? Then comes this spurana, asti, bhati. That appearance, shining, has to be there. Because this is your intrinsic nature. You cannot stop. Neither for you nor for anybody. Allow it. And the most important one is called that priyam. What is being highlighted is saukyam. That every object is dear. Every object gives some happiness, some comfort. Every person gives some happiness, some comfort. No object, nobody is the cause of my unhappiness or discomfort. If at all any discomfort or unhappiness happens, that means I am contributing that aspect. Some way or other, I am definitely contributing. So that's why here is also being highlighted. What is that? It says, look, these three things, when it is there in object, in every object, tasmat, therefore, brahmamayam sarvam iti. The Brahman, everything is only Brahman, means Brahman pervades everything. So whatever I see, whatever I experience, including me, myself, is nothing but Brahman. Iti Vedanta Dindima. This is called Vedanta. More of it. Avastatrayam, it comes to one's own self, individual. We'll see tomorrow.